Good morning. I'm Bob Toll. I'm sales manager for the emissions group. Been involved with the retrofit side of life for the last 8 years. We've talked about the Port of Long Beach. That's where I also started in 2001, 2002. Started with a lot of the cargo handling equipment down there. Worked with Long Beach, Los Angeles, San Diego, and been involved with the retrofit program for some time. Several thousand retrofits in my past, so I've been involved with it for quite some time. So as far as what we start with, we're going to kind of go through the nuts and bolts of what we need to work with. When we work with your fleets, we need to gather your fleet information. It seems to be the toughest thing that we've got to do and get your fleet ready is getting the right information from you. So when we're working with it, we need to find out what your fleet makeup is. It's detailed information you're probably not used to as you go into these regulations. We're going to ask for engine family numbers, serial numbers, and we're going to really go through and reconcile your information and try to put together the plan. So we need to find out what your makeup is, and what we do is we put that together on a program, which is a fleet template. We provide this to our customers. We need to have all this information, and it's got to be right. We can't guess at this. This information is crucial. This information is what you're going to use for determining if your fleet makeup, if you have engines in the fleet that are possibly not verified for applications, and to find out what will work best. So this is crucial. We need to finally get this from you. Go the other way. There we go. So once we get your information together, we have to do some testing. The first testing that we have to do is data logging. Data logging is where we test your equipment, and what we do is it's a small electronic device that has a thermocoupler that is placed just in front of the muffler. We're measuring exhaust temperature and time. And what we need to see is at least 3 to 5 days of normal use of the vehicle. We take the information, it's downloaded, and what we use this information for is matching your technology up from your service duty of the vehicle to the technology that we've got to work with to match up to make the most sense and to find out what is verified as best available control technology to your application. If you were ever audited by the ARB, this is basically your engineered argument of why you chose what technology you're applying. Once we get the data logger back, we download the information. This information is plotted, and we find out what is verified from your engine, verified technology, and we match it up. With the technologies we've got quite a few manufacturers that we work with. We work with different types of technologies, and what we do is it has to be matched up by this report. There's no guesswork in matching technology. One thing that we do recommend, and we've just started to face with one of the manufacturers we work with is opacity testing. Never have dealt with this in the last 8 years of retrofit programs, but one manufacturer is insistent that we do this, and this is to make their warranty program work. But what we're finding is most fleet operators are now embracing this program. Basically, the opacity test you guys are used to doing on an annual basis anyway. What we're looking to do is we strongly advise fleets that we work with that we want to get a benchmark before we do the installation. When we do the opacity test, we need to find out what the condition is going out the tailpipe. We want to get the engine back to OEM specs. Essentially, we have one customer that we're currently working with. They had an installation performed 6 months ago. Within 6 months, the engine had an overfueling problem, destroyed the substrate. It was out of warranty, wasn't covered on that. So essentially, they had to spend 80% of the entire cost of the retrofit to fix a problem that they should have known about going into it. So it's something that we're starting to work with now with one manufacturer, and we're starting to push it more strongly with our customers as we move forward. So once we get all the information gathered, we've determined that you've got a good engine to work with. We want to find out what technology fits. Now we match it basically by the data log, by the verification, and as far as what will fit onto it based off the data log report if we're going to go with a passive or active system. Systems have to be sized based on CFM, horsepower, and so forth, the service duty to make sure that we're putting the right fit onto it. And then also, if we're working with a very large fleet, we also look at doing product consolidation. We don't want to make fruit salad out of your fleet to where we have 5 different manufacturers. We try to consolidate it down for ease of use and also for as service and what type of maintenance is needed for the future. So actually, this is one of the fleets that we're currently working with is a passive technology. We actually have one of their trucks outside. This is one of the newest technologies that have been introduced by Clear. It is a passive technology. It utilizes the exhaust temperature through the exhaust ring into the DPF to where it gets the substrate hot enough to where it regenerates. That's where you're taking the particulate and burning it down into a soot and ash. That's what's trapped into the particulate. This system is an active system. This is actually one of the newer hybrid technologies that are out there. This is a passive and an active system. We're calling it only active. It's a very unique technology that we're currently working with, and it uses diesel fuel for regeneration. So, wanted to show you the different type of technologies that we have out there in the industry. Velocity carries the top manufacturers, passive and active systems, and we've got a very good staff that backs us up for installations. Please take a look at the truck outside and get together with us afterwards. Thank you.